Hello, everyone. Welcome back to TechPoint. Today, I'm here with Abhi. Hello.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. What about you?
I'm excited to do this. So, please pitch us your company, your startup.
Well, that is going to be very interesting. The company is called Frescent. It's a US-based company, and the product that I'm today on podcast for is called Mutant Mail. So basically, in a very concise and simplest term, uh, basically Mutant Mail solves a aging problem where people are nagged while maintaining multiple email IDs
Mhm.
on different domains. For example, you must be owning a domain, right? For your podcast, also you have a domain, TechPon, and
Yeah.
definitely I have for my as an entrepreneur, I have run multiple businesses over a period of time, and
Yes.
personally, I
Absolutely.
own close to 40 domains. Okay,
Mhm.
of
Mhm.
course, I don't use all of them, but you get the idea. So everyone is having 2 or 3 domains for sure, and every domain requires at least 5 email IDs. The admin, contact, social, legal, whatever you want to name it, webmaster, sort of.
Okay.
And it becomes very challenging to keep a tab on every inbox, and then you need to respond to the folks within few hours, because in today's world nobody has what you call patience to wait for a reply. You don't
Yes.
reply within 24 hours, your prospects are gone. They will
Absolutely.
never call
Absolutely.
you back.
Yeah.
So what Mutant Mail does is you can configure just one email ID in the backend,
Mhm.
and in the front you can have as many email IDs as you want. In our the most the highest user account, we have close to 200 email IDs across domains, but they
Hmm.
are being managed by only 3 email IDs in the backend.
Wow.
So you all you
Nice.
do is you get a reply, you get a mail, you hit reply, you type it down, and your customer gets the response from your own domain, not from the email ID where you are replying from.
Hmm.
As simple as that.
Nice. Nice. And how did you come up with the idea? Was it a frustration of yours
Oh, it,
managing?
it was a frustration, and the issue that happened with us actually. What happened is we have a legal handle on
Mhm.
Frescent. Frescent is the company's name,
Mhm.
and you all know how many times you get mails there, right? Very rarely on the legal handle.
Yeah.
So we run a service called incisors.com. It's a URL sorting service, and someone decided to create a fake website of Netflix, shorten the URL through our link, and do whatever mischievous activity they plan to do with it. So we got a DMCA complaint, and it went to our legal handle. We did not check it in time. So they escalated it to our hosting provider. Our
Oh.
hosting provider replied on the same email ID, which was the legal ID. And for, I believe, 24 hours, we did not check that email ID at all. So we were shut down. Now we
Hmm.
had monitoring over all the domains and websites that we have. And I believe two of our domains were hosted on that particular server, which was
Mhm.
taken down. Of
Wow.
course, suddenly I wake up at the night and then I realize I'm getting alerts, non-stop alerts from our monitoring system that the website is still down. I called my hosting provider, got it sorted out, and so on and so forth. So everything was up and running, I believe, within 3 or 4 hours. But we had this. So that is when we realized creating those email IDs are very easy, but
Yeah,
keeping a tab on each one of them is
I
very
understand.
challenging, especially when you are a very small team. See, if you have a dedicated team of 3, 4 people managing all your email IDs, it's all well and good.
Yes,
But for a small team, it's very difficult.
absolutely. So your main target would be startups,
The startups, entrepreneurs, hustlers,
small
basically any
businesses.
small businesses, absolutely.
Hmm.
Anyone who doesn't have a dedicated team but has more than 2 or 3 domains to manage.
Yeah, I think that's a lot. And how about the pricing? What's the pricing for your solution?
It's pretty decent. I believe the the smallest plan of ours start from if we call it silver tier. It
Mm-hmm.
starts from $3 a month,
Mm-hmm.
and it goes as high as the enterprise plan. So basically, the enterprise plan means we tailor the plan according to your specification, how many email IDs you want, how many domains you want to host, how much bandwidth you are going to consume, so on and so forth. And in case you want your servers to be in a specific country,
Mm-hmm.
or you want to bring your own hardware, we
Okay.
provide that also.
Nice.
It's possible, but of course, each of the specification you add, it's going to add to the price. That's about it.
Yeah, understood. And what's your main goal with the startup? I don't know how do you see the company
Well,
at
the
its
idea
highest
is
potential?
to the idea is to become a go-to solution
Okay.
uh, for email management.
Okay.
And we started, I believe, the company. The beta was launched in September, I believe, the
Mm-hmm.
open beta,
Mm-hmm.
and the actual launch happened in January.
Okay.
Since January, we already have raked up more than 2,000 or 2,500 customers. Most of
Nice.
them are paid.
Nice.
And we have over, I believe, 200 reviews in the public domain for this product.
Nice. And how do you market your solution? How do you do your marketing?
Well, at the moment, we are growing from word of mouth. Our
Okay.
ad spends are very low, and I
Mm-hmm.
intend to keep it that way, because in the starting, there can be minor bumps that happen occasionally. Uh, when we started, there were a couple of issues with the service, especially
Mm-hmm.
because the resilience and the redundancy was not there in the system. So based on the feedback and based on the requirements from our customers, basically what we do is we ask plain and simple our customers what they want next, and
Mm-hmm.
whatever gets most voted, we build that system. So if, with time, the system has gone to a level where we have yet to face a single outage at all. There
Mm-hmm.
has not been a single outage of even 5 minutes across Mutant Mail system at all till now.
Nice. Yeah. And how about your team? Because
Well,
yeah,
it's a
the team
very
is
small
important.
team.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. It is. So we have two founders and we
Mm-hmm.
have two developers. So it's a very small team of 4 people, which is
Mm-hmm. You are
managing
the
everything
founder.
at the moment. Yes, sir.
Nice. Okay, so 4 people.
Yes.
You like this thinking of a startup, the entrepreneurship spirit? Do you think you have it?
Oh, well, it's a journey. I won't say it is a spirit. It's an experience that you go through, but
Yeah,
it's a fun experience. The days can
absolutely.
be rough and days can be fun. And then all of a sudden you get a review from somewhere who is just praising you for how much simplified their work has become. And then it seems like you are on the right path and doing the right job.
Absolutely. And that's a wonderful thing. You feel amazing.
Yes, it is.
You work
Yes, it is.
6 months to get it, and after that, yeah, it really
Yeah.
makes you happy.
Eh,
So it's
correct.
about helping people.
Yes, it is. It is.
Do you have any competitors for your solution?
Uh, we don't have a direct competitor
Mm-hmm.
per se, because the aggregation is very different in our case. What we are
Okay.
doing essentially is all the email from across your email IDs are literally sitting into a single email ID.
Mm-hmm.
But we do have competition with the clients, email clients, which try to aggregate them and show them in one place.
Mm-hmm.
But the difference comes because these folks or these email clients which aggregate everything, your emails are actually sitting in 1,000 places in those. Basically, for example, you are hosting, let's say, a website on SiteGround, you are hosting a website on GoDaddy, or you are hosting a website anywhere else.
Okay.
So you create email IDs on all those places. Then
Mm-hmm.
you add SMTP record and IMAP record into your client. So basically, you are pulling the data from there for replying and responding. But with Mutant Mail, there is no SMTP, there is no IMAP. everything is hooked onto your personal Gmail ID, or instead of Gmail, you want to use Yandex, Hotmail, Yahoo, whichever email ID you want to use, it works.
Nice.
It
Uh,
the routing is completely done at the DNS level. So as such, we don't have a direct competitor,
mhm.
but yes,
I now understand your positioning. And
yeah.
how about the technical part? Are you more technical or
Oh yes, I am.
yeah?
I have worked for top 20 or top 10 software companies in the world,
Yeah,
uh,
nice, nice.
and
Congratulations.
yeah, it was a fun experience, but over a period of time you get bored of corporate life, and then
Yeah,
you start digging around with side hustles, and
I saw that
when
happening
something clicks.
to I saw that happening to a lot of people, and it's fun.
Oh yeah,
You want to
it
create
does,
something of your own. Yeah.
yes, it does. It absolutely does. I think I started 3 years back or
Mm-hmm.
4 years back with affiliate marketing,
Mm-hmm.
and then I started doing drop shipping, because these two are what you see everywhere,
Absolutely.
like anything. But the problem with, at least with the drop shipping, I feel is it's a hustle. Basically, every time you're looking for a new product, because the current product will burn out, everyone selling the same thing, and then the USP goes. So you are always, it works, but you always need to be ahead of your competitor and always looking for a next best thing.
Yes.
It's not a proper business.
Yeah.
So I started using, when I landed on this idea of Mutant Mail. So in the starting, I had no clue how to build something like that. Eventually, after digging a lot of things, we realized we can build something. So the first view that we had for Mutant Mail, it did not had a UI at all. It was just doing the job. Then we realized, okay, since we are facing this problem, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of other folks would be facing this problem too. So we pitched the idea to a couple of friends who
Mm-hmm.
were having more than 10 domains. They liked
Okay.
it. We offered them, we set everything from the backend, we gave them access. They loved it.
Okay.
Then their friends started to approach us, and they asked if we can test the system out. So we gave them access, and then we said, okay, let's do an open beta. Let's create a UI where they can add stuff to themselves. And if everything pans out, if we get enough base, because in the starting, honestly, I was not sure if I would be able to get even 10 or 20 paid customers.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. I was not expecting it, man. I was not expecting it, honestly. But when we went open beta, first day, first day we get 10 customers, paid customers. Okay, as simple as that. We just said, we are giving a lifetime deal, and it's a beta product. Would you be interested? First day we get 10 customers. Okay, and we created a Reddit post about it. Okay, and
Nice.
that is when we realized, okay, this, we have hit something. We have hit something, some pain point in the market where people want to buy something, or they want to reduce their headache. Over a period of time, when we launched in uh, Jan, things have just started growing smoothly. I think we are constantly growing every month. There is a quite a huge onboard of customers. In fact, we have uh, a lot of custom plans that people are coming with,
Mm-hmm.
and we just love it. A few days back, we got a request from a client who wanted a plan for 2,000 domains.
Yeah, nice,
Okay,
nice. You
so
learn a lot.
yeah, you are learning the negotiations. See, that the software part I have always been comfortable with, but
Mm-hmm.
it's the management part, dealing with customers directly. These things nobody teach you. It's
Mm-hmm.
the entrepreneurship where you learn this over a period of time.
Absolutely. By the way, that's a wonderful story of how you started. Really, really nice.
Uh,
So talking about this, what stops your growing? I know what is something that you would like to change to grow even faster. What's something that
oh,
yeah.
that's very simple. We need to be placed before as many eyes as possible, because our target market or our user base uh, is huge. The
Mm-hmm.
potential, the potential for this product to grow is huge. It can be because it can be used by bloggers. It can be used by people who are maintaining their client's email ID. It
Mm-hmm.
can be used by support folks. It can be used by people who are using CRMs like help and support. Because what we are doing is we are creating virtual email IDs, and the emails can be forwarded to anywhere depending on how you configure. So I think we are getting limited at the moment by
Mm-hmm.
the reach,
Okay.
and we want to change that in in some time span. Uh, First, we want to grow as much as possible organically, iron out all the kinks, and we have not seen one in past 1 month, I believe, any sudden request or anything majorly missing at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So next month we are planning to go for influencer tie-ups with people who are already having a good audience in the tech field, and
Mm-hmm.
post that we want to take things from there on.
Nice. Nice. Good strategy. Good strategy. Yeah. Thank you so much for this. Is there anything else that you want to talk about?
Uh, well,
Uh,
mm,
Let's say some features, some other features that you have that you might have missed.
okay. Oh yeah. So since it is a email ID solution,
Mm-hmm.
it comes loaded with very interesting things actually. For example, now you are managing multiple email IDs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you want to give each email ID a identity. How do you do that? You do that by providing its own signatures. So what we do is we automatically embed signatures, whatever you have configured, when the email passes through our system. Mind
Oh,
it, we do not. And the whole interesting part of Mutant Mail is the privacy and security. It has been designed in such a way that we do not log anything, absolutely anything at all for the email IDs. No contact list, no emails, nothing is logged. We only monitor what is the size that passed through our system because we calculate the bandwidth.
nice, nice.
Ap-
That's really
Apart from
important.
that, yeah. So we build. See, I personally believe we already have at least one email provider which we blindly trust with our email. It can be
Yes,
Gmail for you, it can be
yes.
Hotmail for you, or whatever you want. So there is no use in reinventing the wheel and asking folks to trust us. So we say you take whatever recipient email ID you want to keep.
Mm-hmm.
Recipient email ID is basically your personal email ID where you will actually have your emails or responding from, and you can have all the features of them. So if you want spam filtering, you can use the spam filters on our server with rules and whatever. And you can also use spam filters on your server or your recipient provider. So
Smart,
the
smart.
power of two gets combined. Okay. Apart from that, we have, if you want encryptions, complete absolute encryption. We have PGP and GPG, which are wide class encryptions for mail settings.
Mm-hmm.
That is what Proton Mail or whatever service, other services you use, they work on. So you can bring on your own keys. Nobody can tamper with your emails. As simple as that. Apart from that, we also, you can create email IDs on the fly. So basically, the portal that you see for us, it's just a management portal. Everything you can do from your email ID. You want to create a new email ID on your domain, you can create it absolutely from your personal email ID on the
Nice,
fly. You
nice.
don't need to log to our portal. Only reason you need to our on our portal is when you want to add a domain, change a recipient email ID, or you want to route uh, at some different places. If you want a email from an email ID to go to more than one folk, maybe to you, your team, or your other founder, it's possible.
Okay.
Every email can branch out to three folks, or I believe up to 10 or 15 folks we can branch emails to, and any of them can reply on top of it.
Hmm.
Okay.
Nice. It's important that you're user-centric and you think about all this
Yes.
because you could have
Yes.
thought you could have other mentality. But yes, security is
Yes.
important and yeah, think about your users.
Yes, it is. And lastly,
Okay.
for every domain that is hosted or attached with Mutant Mail, we
Mm-hmm.
have free DMARC reporting. So what DMARC reporting does is, if anyone tries, SMTP by default is a very what you call it, it's a very open protocol. There is no security in
Mhm.
email void in general, just based on SMTP protocol. There is no security at all. That is where these services or add-ons like DKIM, SPF, and DMARC comes into picture. They increase the security. By default, any server in the world can send emails on behalf of any domain. You can send a mail on behalf of google.com, as simple
Okay.
as that, or I can. So what these services do is, add-ons do is, they ensure to check if Google has authorized my server to send an email based on their domain or not. Now that
Mhm.
is how the security is made. So what DMARC report does is, it gives the failure for the DMARC. Basically, if DMARC protocol failed for any IP who tried to send an email on behalf of your domain, it will report it that DMARC has failed. It can happen if you have a misconfiguration that will affect your email deliverability, or
Mhm.
it can happen if someone tries to spoof the email. So we flag it, and we will give you the IP address from which someone tried to spoof the email ID.
Mhm.
Okay, someone tried to, so then you can take it up with whoever is owning that IP address and get it sorted out.
Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much for this. Please don't leave the call because I have something else to tell you. But let's study the audience. And yeah, thank you so much for being here.
All right, that sounds good, man.